Hello and welcome back to ESBR Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined tonight by Danny Ball ahead of his fight on the Chantal Cameron and Katie Taylor rematch undercard in Dublin. Danny, first off, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And how are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm all good, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, no issues at all. Like you say, obviously it's a massive card that you're on, and that's sort of where I wanted to start with yourself tonight. So, like I say, it's a massive card in terms of the event itself, especially after the first fight, and obviously now that they're having the rematch. So how exciting is it for you to obviously be playing a part in that night?
Yeah, I'm buzzing to be on this type of platform again. I really enjoyed it last time on DAZN, so this is like even bigger this time, and I'm looking forward to being back on a big show, a huge show. And it's for another belt against a good kid. This is what this is all about. Boxing's all about. This is what you look forward to doing.
And then, do you feel now, like obviously, like you say, it's good to be back on a DAZN card, but with an event sort of this big, and all the hype around it and the media attention, do you feel that this is a chance to make a name for yourself on the big stage?
Yeah, of course. This is. I think maybe I'm being put in for a stepping stone for Paddy, but this is my big thing to help me progress now in boxing. So I need to take it with two hands.
And then, like you say, as we go on to Paddy, obviously he's an unbeaten opponent. He's 11-0. Like you say, it might appear that you've potentially been put in as a stepping stone, but obviously you're as game as you are. That's not going to be your sort of outlook on the fight. How do you feel going into the fight as the underdog in? It's his home country. He's going to want to be putting on a massive show in front of likely a lot of fans that'll be backing him. So, how do you feel sort of going in as like the massive underdog?
I'm confident. That doesn't phase me being the underdog. I've been the underdog in most of the title fights, so I'm not asked about the what the odds say. It's all about what happens on the night, and I'm confident of putting it out the bag. Working hard with my trainers. Um, I've just got to listen to them and do what we've been working on, and it'll come off on the night. I think Paddy's a good lad and go on to some good things, but like I said, I'm not here to be just to roll over on the 25th. I'm here to put my name out there as well. So this is my big opportunity, just as much as it is his.
Like you say, obviously you've got the game plan. You know what you want. Obviously, I'd imagine you played the scenario out in your head many times. But does it give you that sort of that extra little bit to go and win? The fact, like you say, it's you're the away fighter in an away country again with pretty much the majority of the arena against you. Does that give you that sort of that extra oomph?
Yeah, definitely. Like you just said there, everyone's against is going to be against me, so I'm not going to get no favors out there in Ireland. So I'm looking to put on a big performance and get a clear win.
Obviously, like you say, he's a southpaw as well. I look through your record. I believe this might be the first time you've fought a southpaw in the professional ranks.
Second,
Second.
second, yeah.
So, do you prepare differently for a southpaw? And how have you prepared for it?
Yeah. We have to change things slightly because Paddy's a good boxer. And his record shows that he can obviously dig a bit as well. So we've had to work on stuff, change slightly. Nothing, not too much, because we got to use what I'm good at doing and use that as my advantage as well. But just doing it in different ways, in correct ways, and then obviously exploiting what he does, where I can work on what he does wrong.
And then you've been on a good run of wins since obviously you got beat by Echo Essuman. How did
Yeah.
that sort of shape you? Obviously, it's fairly early on in your career. Echo's obviously looking to go on to big things now. How did that loss sort of shape you, and did it change mentality, or did it sort of just was it sort of that loss gave you a bit more grit and determination?
Yeah, I think the fight maybe come a little bit too early for me. But losing it really made me losing that fight wasn't a big deal. It really made me work harder, and I learned a lot from that fight itself. Um, so it wasn't that bad of a loss when you think of what Echo's going on to do and what he's done. Um, I've used it. I've used it well to help me, well, get back up to where I'm fighting again now.
And then obviously in your last fight, you picked up the English title,
Yeah.
which Echo obviously it was for the British. Now you've picked up the English, you're going in, like you say, a big fight as the underdog, the away fighter. If you're successful sort of next Saturday night, would you be looking to sort of go for the British title again?
Of course, the British titles is what everyone wants to fight for in the division. I think when I first started out for boxing, even dreaming to fight for it would have been a massive thing. And now I've boxed for it, and I'm back up where I am in boxing. I think I feel like I am in and around that level of boxing.
And then would you potentially look at the SMM rematch? Say if you go on to you win against Paddy, you go on, you pick up the British title, because it looks like Echo Esserman is going to move on to bigger things. Would that be a fight you'd be looking to take again later in your career, or is that sort of that chapter of your fighting career is done?
No, definitely. I'd fight anyone in the division. That's what I've always said to my trainer when we first before I even had my first professional fight. That's what this is all about. It's a business. It's people. It's dog eat dog. Really, people want what they haven't got, and obviously I haven't got what they've got. So I want to. So it's one of them. I'll never say no to a challenge or a fight, and I'll always put 100% into it.
And then sort of looking ahead to 2024, obviously I know every fighter wants to be as active as possible, but sort of will you be looking, so obviously it's a fight towards the end of the year this year. Are you looking to take some motivation from that and sort of move on into the new year with a bit of pace and use it as sort of motivation to be really active next year?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've only had this will be only my second fight this year, which is kind of rubbish, really. I thought once I won the English, I thought I'd be pushed on and get a defense in the summer, and then work again. Maybe I want to be as active as possible. That's what I'd want to be boxing for 2, 3 times a year. I'd love to box a lot more.
Yeah, like I say, I know it sometimes obviously things come up, it can be difficult, but like I say, it can be a big end to the year for yourself. And then looking ahead into 2024, obviously I know you'll never be looking ahead of opponents, but is there sort of any particular fights you'll be looking at, any sort of opponents' names, or is it just whoever gets thrown up?
No, wherever gets thrown up, wherever the money comes from, really. If I can get some decent paydays, that's what you gotta keep chasing for. I'm not really asked who or where. I'm happy to keep fighting away, fighting different countries. Just keep giving me keep giving me challenges, and I'll keep accepting them. It's one of the things I've wanted to always do is to keep fighting, to fight away, really, and get as much experience as I can anywhere.
Yeah, that, like I say, that's obviously a brilliant mentality to have, especially going into, like you say, a massive fight. This is a big chance for yourself. And Danny, again, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Look forward to watching yourself on the Chantal Cameron, Katie Taylor undercard. And to all the viewers watching, stay tuned and make sure you watch Danny's fight.